We're going to continue on with Eureka's Rack and Ruin set with film number 4, which is 329 in the Masters of Cinema series, and that is Marriage in the Shadows. Now, this film is inspired by the real-life tragedy of actor Joachim Gottschalk and his Jewish wife Meta Wolf. Marriage in the Shadows follows a popular German actor who falls in love with a Jewish woman during the rise of Nazism. As their relationship grows, the tightening noose of persecution forces them into an impossible choice between separation, betrayal, or death. It was one of those movies that I wasn't sure how this was going to fit into the rest of the set. That synopsis wasn't really apparent to me before I put the movie on. And you see these actors who are performing in a stage play, this woman who is well regarded, who all the men seem to be chasing, and as she starts to find that she's been persecuted because she's Jewish, she finds that she's got an ally in this actor, this person who really wants to marry her, embrace her, and he doesn't care about the impending storm that seems to be on the horizon.
Alles entwickelt sich leider so, wie ich gefürchtet habe. Es ist sinnlos zu bleiben. Ich bin überzeugt, man wird mich auch bald aus dem Theater rausschmeißen.
Aber Kurt, du siehst viel zu schwarz. Das kann sich doch nur um eine Übergangserscheinung handeln.
And it's this couple, as they move through their marriage, through their relationship, as things become really difficult in Germany, and even though he is famous in his stature, he starts to get a lot of pushback about his Jewish wife. And it's told with this kind of melodramatic intensity that is just stunning. It blends personal romance with political critique and really lays it on heavy. It doesn't pull its punches.
Mir ist in diesen 5 Ehejahren immer klarer geworden. Du hast mich überhaupt nur aus deiner übertriebenen Anständigkeit heraus geheiratet. Nicht, weil du mich liebtest, sondern weil du dich verpflichtet fühltest.
I can see it as a socially conscious drama, and at the time it must have been one of the first films to confront the persecution of Jewish people under the Nazi regime, and that becomes such an important point throughout this film. Seeing our character as she is slowly aware of what's happening and torn between her safety and her love for her husband, how things just escalate, how the line in the sand seems to be drawn just a little bit further each time, pushing what people are doing towards her people. It's such an interesting aspect, but it feels like a foreboding thought that's coming for this one. You feel like things are escalating. You ultimately know with history on your side things that happened, but for this couple and for this situation, you feel this tightening noose around them as they're just trying to live their life, be successful in their careers, enjoy their love and their marriage. And it's brought down to a simple fact of you don't fit into what we want, and we're going to make your life hell or do much worse. I loved this film. I thought the performances were terrific. I think the way it starts like an almost romantic drama and then moves into something far more powerful is great. I love the fact of the love trying to overpower fascism and the kind of moral compromise, how friends turned their back, how they joined the Nazi party with a certain ideology but had it quickly warped and changed and forced into something else. The cinema really must have put a mirror on the German people at the time when this came out, showing this kind of movie and the impact that they had and how things got out of hand so quickly. Just great. You know, I love the sort of quieter moments, the intimate moments where the couple just realise that they've got each other, and sometimes that's all they kind of need, no matter about the hostility that's in the outside world. There's a creeping sense of surveillance in the way private life is intruded upon by politics throughout this one. People just burst into the room, they're looking for information, the comments that are made to the actor, everything just builds up wonderfully. And this was a real standout movie here. I enjoyed this one a lot. As this is a disc with another 2 films, let's dive in and have a look at the extras. Here we are in disc 3 of the Rack and Ruin set. We have Marriage in the Shadows with original German mono, a commentary by Sean Allen. We have The Blum Affair with a commentary by Roland Mann and presented by David Melville Wingrove. Confronting the Past is 24 minutes 55 seconds, and it does look at both Marriage in the Shadows and The Blum Affair, but it also really ties it in an emotional way to the concentration camps, particularly talking about when they were opened up, when this people were allowed in to see what had actually happened, to see from themselves, and the kind of guilt that brought along with it. Next, we have Death Camp Sachsenhausen, which runs for 36 minutes, 32 minutes, and is all about a death camp. You get to see images within it. It is unnerving, to say the least. The Eyewitness 1947/53 is another archival newsreel. This one runs for 13 minutes, 22 seconds. And that's the extras for the Rack and Ruin Disc 3. There we have it, Marriage in the Shadows, another great film from this one that was very different from the first 2. We're kind of forgetting Police Raid, which is the more generic of the films so far. We've got 3 out of the 4 that have been really impactful and really good, and I'm looking forward to diving in to the last one and see if it rounds out the set in a positive way. I'd love to know your thoughts on Marriage in the Shadows, so let me know in the comment box below whether you loved it, hated it, or felt somewhere in the middle. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff in the description box below, links to Patreon, membership program, and manvfilm.com, all ways in which you can support me. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.